Welcome to Natural Health Talk, your go-to podcast for all things related to holistic wellness, natural remedies, and living a balanced, healthy lifestyle. Be sure to visit our sponsor, topnaturalhealth.com, for special promo code pricing on all of the products mentioned in our episodes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive into something I think we've all probably wondered about at some point. Those intriguing little lines. Stretch marks.
And intriguing they are. It's not just about what we see on the surface. We're going on a journey into the science of it all. Plus, we're going to look at a product designed to address them. Skinception Intensive Stretch Mark Therapy. This deep dive is fueled by research from topnaturalhealth.com, a fantastic resource for all things natural health and skincare. By the way, if this product piques your interest, stick around because we've got a special promo code just for our listeners later on.
Okay, sign me up. I've always been curious about the science behind them, so let's break it down. What exactly are stretch marks, and why do they seem to pop up out of nowhere?
You'd be surprised how many people ask that. So imagine this. Your skin is like a beautifully woven fabric, right? And the threads that give it that flexibility, that ability to stretch and bounce back, that's thanks to collagen and elastin. They're like the dynamic duo of your skin's support system. Now, when your skin expands rapidly, say during a growth spurt, pregnancy, or even significant weight changes, those collagen and elastin fibers can actually tear, stretch marks. They're basically those little tears in the fabric of your skin trying to heal.
Wow, that makes so much sense. And I remember reading in the topnaturalhealth.com article that a whopping 90% of pregnant women get them. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? It really puts into perspective how common they are.
Absolutely. And, it's not just pregnancy. Think about teenagers going through growth spurts, athletes building muscle, or anyone who's experienced fluctuations in weight. Stretch marks don't discriminate.
It's almost as if our skin is trying to keep up with the amazing things our bodies are doing.
Exactly. And that's why understanding the why is so empowering. It's not about imperfection. It's about appreciating our body's incredible ability to adapt and change. Stretch marks are just a natural part of that story.
I love that perspective. It's not a flaw. It's proof that our bodies are pretty remarkable. But knowing this, is there anything we can actually do to prevent them? Or is it a genetic lottery we're all just playing? So while we can marvel at the science of it all, I think a lot of us are probably wondering, okay, but what can we actually do about stretch marks?
Right. It's one thing to understand them. It's another to tackle them head on. And your spot-on prevention is key. Think back to those collagen and elastin fibers. Anything we can do to keep them strong and supple is going to make a difference.
And speaking of keeping things strong, the topnaturalhealth.com article mentioned moisturizing as a powerful tool.
It's more important than people realize. Imagine this when your skin is well hydrated. It's like a rubber band, able to stretch and recoil without damage. Dry skin, on the other hand, is more prone to those micro tears that lead to stretch marks.
And get this, they specifically called out cocoa butter and shea butter as MVPs in the moisturizing game. What makes them so special?
They're packed with good stuff. Cocoa butter, for example, is loaded with fatty acids that deeply nourish and hydrate, basically making your skin more resilient to tearing as it stretches.
So it's like giving your skin a suit of armor in a way.
Exactly. And then there's shea butter. Think of it as a powerful shield that not only locks in moisture, but also protects your skin from environmental nasties that can weaken its elasticity.
Okay, I'm adding both to my shopping list as we speak.
Yeah.
But what about diet? The article mentioned a few key vitamins.
You know what they say, you are what you eat? Vitamin C, for instance, is crucial for collagen production. Think citrus fruits, berries, bell peppers, all those colorful goodies. And then we have zinc found in things like nuts and seeds, which is essential for skin repair.
So a balanced diet is like giving your skin its daily dose of vitamins, literally. And we can't forget the importance of staying hydrated.
Absolutely. Think of water as a plumbing agent for your skin cells. It keeps everything running smoothly and helps maintain that all-important elasticity.
This is all such great advice, and it makes so much sense. But what I appreciate about this deep dive is the acknowledgement that sometimes, despite our best efforts, genetics plays a role. Like, you can do all the right things, but some of us are just more prone to stretch marks, right?
100%. We all have different skin types and predispositions. Think of these lifestyle changes as stacking the deck in your favor, giving your skin the best fighting chance. But it's not about unrealistic guarantees.
It's about understanding the science, making informed choices, and cutting ourselves some slack, right?
Exactly. And that leads us perfectly to the next part of our discussion. What happens when prevention isn't enough? Or if we're looking for additional support? That's where products like Skinception Intensive Stretch Mark Therapy come in.
And I'm ready to dive into that. Let's talk about how this particular product claims to tackle stretch marks. I have to admit, I'm always a bit curious about the science behind these types of skincare solutions. All right, so we've talked about preventing stretch marks, but for those of us who already have them, tell us about Skinception intensive stretch mark therapy. What's the science behind it?
Well, it's all about helping your skin's natural renewal process along. Skinception claims to boost collagen production. So it's giving your skin what it needs to repair those tiny tears we talked about.
So like it's giving your skin a little nudge in the right direction.
Exactly. And it goes a step further by supporting skin regeneration. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Skin regeneration isn't about just patching things up. It's about encouraging the growth of new, healthy skin cells to replace the damaged ones.
Okay, that makes sense. And I have to say, reading through the research from topnaturalhealth.com, I was really interested by some of these ingredients they listed, like regestrol. Apparently, there's a study that showed it can reduce stretch mark depth by 72.5%.
That's the claim. And while it's always a good idea to, take those numbers with a grain of salt, the science behind regestrol is really quite fascinating. Our bodies naturally produce enzymes, and these enzymes can sometimes break down collagen and elastin. Regestrol is believed to inhibit these enzymes, while at the same time promoting new collagen growth.
So it's like a two-pronged attack on stretch marks.
That's right.
What about the other ingredients listed, like dirudoside, Procol-1, prosveltol?
They each have their own unique benefits. Dirudoside comes from a plant, and it's known for promoting tissue regeneration and boosting skin elasticity. Procol-1, well, as the name suggests, it's all about boosting collagen. It helps your skin rebuild from the inside out.
Nice.
And then there's prosveltol, which focuses on firming the skin, making those stretch marks less noticeable.
So they've got ingredients to tackle these stretch marks from every angle, but do people actually see results?
Well, topnaturalhealth.com included some really positive testimonials. One that stood out to me was from a woman who used Skinception after pregnancy. She talked about how self-conscious she felt about her stretch marks, and that using Skinception really helped her feel more confident in her own skin.
I love that. It's not just about the physical changes, but how those changes can impact how we feel about ourselves. It's a good reminder that these products, while potentially helpful, aren't magic. Everyone's skin is different, and results will vary.
Exactly. And that's why, while the science behind Skinception is really promising, it's important to have realistic expectations. Talk to your dermatologist if you have concerns. And remember that taking care of your skin is a journey, not a race.
That's so true. Well, to wrap up today's deep dive, we learned that stretch marks are totally normal. They happen when our skin stretches beyond its limits, and there are things we can do to prevent them and address their appearance.
We also learned that moisturizing is key. And a healthy diet and hydration can help maintain that elasticity. And while products like Skinception intensive stretch mark therapy have some promising ingredients, it's always best to do your own research and manage those expectations.
Absolutely. And if you are intrigued by Skinception intensive stretch mark therapy and want to learn more, head over to topnaturalhealth.com. They've got a special promo code just for our listeners. But beyond any specific product, I think the biggest takeaway from today is that our skin is amazing. Stretch marks are just one part of our stories, and understanding the science behind them can help us approach them with a lot less judgment and a lot more self-compassion.
I love that. It really makes you wonder, with all the advances in skincare, what other fascinating discoveries are out there.
That's a great question. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.
From all of us here at Natural Health Talk, thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and don't forget to visit our sponsor, topnaturalhealth.com, for special promo code pricing on all of the products mentioned in this episode.